Welcome to my channel, Crafting with Cami. Today we are creating a double page scrapbook layout and we are fitting a ton of pictures on here. So the collections I'm wanting to use are you've seen this a million times, the Country Woods collection from Stampin' Up! And it comes with so many different wood grains. I absolutely love them and my pack is actually dwindling, so might need to get another one of these. And then I'm going to be bringing in some close to my heart cardstock that coordinates. I've already cut down my wood grain paper and I cut this to 4 inches, 4 1/4, sorry. And then I went up 1/4 of an inch and adhered that one down. And then this one's about 3/4 of an inch. And I also went down 1/4 of an inch. So just leaving a little bit of white on either side. I do have some pine cardstock cut into 1/4 inch strips. And I'm considering bringing that in as like my transition piece here. And then I have some mink cardstock. And that matches pretty closely to the gray in that wood grain. I could even use the light side, so I'm not sure which side yet. Here, I'll do one of each. And I'm considering putting that right about here. Let me show you my photos. We were out with some friends and we did our annual brew hop. We actually started off at a winery and then we went to a few breweries, and we like our craft beer, so good times playing games and just spending the day out with friends. So lots of fun, but with every good story comes a tragedy, and we had got a flat tire. So luckily I had a chair in the trunk, so we just sat down and watched the guys change a tire. But anyways, so we're going to fit all of these pictures on a double page layout. I did not cut these ones apart. They were all horizontal, so I just left them together on the 4x6. Now my printer does not print exactly 4x6 or the dimensions, so these are slightly smaller, but I figured instead of cutting apart each individual 4x3, I could keep them together and use them as a 4x6. So what I'm thinking is having maybe a flip flap over here and then carrying that over, and I might do 2 rows, something like that. So then this wouldn't have to be so long. And then that gives me a little spot for embellishing. And then all of these pictures, and I don't know which order I want to do yet, can go down here. I like how we're looking in here, and then here's the guys changing the tire, so that one might be on the end there. And then I have a couple 4x3s, and I'm thinking this one could go in a flip flap as well. So maybe I can put that over here or kind of do something fun with that one. Maybe over here. I could also do my journaling there. So this one will go in a flip flap. And then we'll have one of these in a flip flap too. I have 4x6s. So my journaling could go behind one of those as well, because I don't have another picture for that. Or I could put both of these in the flip flap and then not have. You guys, this is funny. So they had a teeny tiny Uno game, like so tiny. The cards were probably smaller than my pinky. They were so small. So if I put both of these in a flip flap, then I could have maybe my journaling here and do a embellishment cluster over here. And of course I need my title. So maybe move one of those over, do the cluster there, and then I could do my title over here along with my journaling. And I'm leaning towards the darker. I think it just makes my white border pop more on the photos with that darker side. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those down. So I cut this one down 6 1/4 by 4, and then this one 6 1/4 by 8. Let's move these pine pieces out. The reason I chose pine is because I'm wearing a green dress, so I thought maybe that would be another color I could bring in. And then I was moving these vertical pictures around, and if I'm doing 2 of these on this side, then I don't know that I want so many photos on this side. I might want to bring more over to this side so that this page isn't so photo heavy. But then we'll have even more room for clusters. But I could do my journaling here and then do some embellishing up top here. So that might be the route I go. So then I can do one over here, and it kind of balances the photos. I don't have all the photos on one side. And then I need to choose which ones I want on top of my flip-flops. So I think this one I'll put under. This was our first stop, so maybe I'll do that one on this side. And then do the breweries over here. There we go. I like that. It's kind of chronological then. We started the day off at a winery, did a wine tasting, and then we went to the breweries. And I am just going to cut off so then that one can go right on the edge there. And then so that this border isn't the same width, I could cut this one off, but I'll just overlap them. And I'm gonna get my tape runner right up on the side there so that it adheres to the photo. So then I can line up the top and line up the photo. I might want it more so on the pink. And do I want it to go all the way across the paper, or should I cut it off right at the, right here? See what I'm saying? So we could go just there, or I could go all the way across. If I was only going to do this, I probably should have inked around the edges of this. So this one needs to be trimmed at 8, and this one needs to be trimmed at 4. I have 2 other little photos. We were playing cribbage, and then here's one. All of us have our light drinks, and then my husband's teeny tiny little dark drink there. I thought that was kind of funny. So I could do something like that, or I could bring it down here next to my journaling, or I could leave them off the layout. Let me show you what my idea for journaling is. These are from Close to My Heart, and I have a lot to say, so I'm thinking this larger one would fit nicely right here, and I'll just type my journaling out on white cardstock and then cut it. So I'll print it first, cut it, and then adhere it right there. And I could do some little embellishing around it. I wish this was even larger. I could do a larger one yet, but I think this will be okay. I changed my mind. I'm going to use that mink cardstock. It'll bring this down into this area. So I'll run this through my printer and then cut it out. But let's figure out my title and embellishments. Out of my peach, which coordinates nicely with this wood grain here, I cut out a circle from my die cut Spotlight on Nature dies from Stampin' Up. I'll have that linked below. But I cut out one of the dashed ones. It comes with so many, you guys. I love this. I use it all the time. Cut that out of peach, and I'm thinking having a cluster right up here in this open area. As you can see, I did print my journaling, and then I just used some twine and wrapped that around my journaling. I had some open space, so I just wanted to add a little something down there so it wasn't just blank. And then I did go around it with pine ink, so I just brought a little more pine down. This one I went around with some gray ink so that it would tie in nicely and pop off the white. I made my title on the Cricut annual brew hop. This is our annual brew hop. This is our 3rd annual brew hop. And if you're brew hopping, always have a DD. And then I created a whole bunch of hops on the Cricut. Aren't they so cute? So the back layer is that, I think that's limeade from Close to My Heart, and then I did pine. So I have one large one, a few middle-sized ones, and then a small one. So I'm thinking of having that small one down by this cluster, and then maybe have a few poking out from behind my title. Not there, because I don't want to cover my face. I could have this one down here and kind of frame that in, and then maybe one up here. I was thinking, how cute would this be to make this like a beard and then put eyes? I thought that would be so cute. We call these guys the bearded brothers. So, I mean, it would make sense to put eyes here and have, that'd be cute. I might still do that. So, and then I have to remember this is a flip flap. So this would go partially under there. And then I could have that peeking out here. Or I could just go like this and have like words or something there. But I thought that'd be cute. I don't know. Okay, and I do have more hops too, so I could bring in more down here. Or I could make it look like they're kind of hanging off each other. So I'm going to play around with these. Another idea I had was bringing in the Latte Love. And there's this splatter and this ring stamp. So I thought I could add some splatters around, kind of make it look like we spilled, even though we are not that wasteful. And some rings. I was also playing with the idea, I've done it before on a layout, but taking a mason jar and then inking around the top and doing larger rings. So I might do that too. I think the larger rings might look cool behind this. So, I mean, I kind of want to keep it realistic. I want, like, our drinks are all brown and kind of yellow. So I brought in Sundance and Mocha. Maybe I could do toffee and that would tie in more of this jute twine look. So I might stick with those colors. I really don't want to do peach rings. I feel like that's, I don't know, that's not very realistic. Off of my Close to My Heart Brewed for You, I grabbed Cheers, and that's where I added that. I'm gonna give up on the little face. I'm just gonna do 2 there, and then I think I might do this one over the top of the A. I think that might look good. Otherwise, maybe like that. Or even... somehow I'm going to have a 3rd one over here. So I like where those 2 are. And then we'll throw that one somewhere over there. So this one I might pop up on foam tape. I have foam tape on this small one, and then this one's adhered down. Can you even see that? So this one's adhered completely down. That one's on foam tape. I still haven't figured out exactly where I want my rings, but I think I'm going to do toffee because toffee brings in this color. I have toffee now up here, so I'll do some toffee over here. And if this goes right about here, I think I want a ring right about there. So we'll grab some toffee. Did some 2nd generation there as well. I like that. Maybe I can have one peeking out up here. I should have waited to glue him down. I wonder if I can still lift it up. There we go. First, some second generation. Okay, I added some splatters just right around where my rings are. So I'll go ahead and put that back where it was. This one will go right about here. And then I want to pop this up on foam tape right about there. I got all of my hops adhered. This is where I decided to add this one. I do feel like it needs a little something up here, but I have these wood grain hearts from Close to My Heart, and that kind of brings in that same toffee color. I also have stars, but I don't know if I want stars on here. I thought the hearts were a little more soft and smaller. My stars are a little bit larger. So I'm thinking if I add the hearts around too, that'll add just another texture, bring out more wood grain, and fill in these little spots that I haven't filled in yet. So I could put one over here. And there's different shapes. I typically like to do things in sets of 3. Hopefully that shows up okay. So I'm just gonna punch out some of these hearts, my trusty Bearly art glue, my wax pencil, which needs to be sharpened. While I'm getting these hearts adhered, I'd like to remind you to hit that thumbs up button if you're liking what you're seeing. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you join my crafty community. I have some blank space up here, but really I think I'm okay with that. I have a lot going on already and a lot of splatters, and it's really busy in these areas. So really I'm okay with that being open and giving your eye a place to rest. I will cut my page protector, so I'll go ahead and grab a flip flap and show you how to adhere that. I'm using a horizontal one, so the adhesive is on the long side rather than the short side. That way, when it flips open, it's contained within my scrapbook page. Otherwise, when it flips out, it would be outside of the scrapbook, which is fine. I do that way too, but when I have the option and I'd rather it be contained and I think about it, then I will do it this way. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that centered and placed in here, and you want to make sure it's all the way in. This part folds over then. Okay, so then I'm just peeling this back, and that is staticky. And then you want to line up the picture with the picture. So I'm just lining up that white frame, making sure it's perfect. All right, got that flip flap on there. And there we go. We got, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pictures on a double page layout. I think that's pretty good. Got my story here and a lot of cute embellishments. I love these little hops. Let's take a closer look at those embellishments here. I think those wood grain hearts fit perfectly with this layout. My title was created on the Cricut. I just typed it out and then I welded it together so it overlapped like that. I printed or cut the annual out of the peach, and then the brew hop is cut out of that pine paper. And then these hops are from the Cricut. I love all the splatters, my journaling, and then some more hops down here. This wood grain paper is the Country Woods from Stampin' Up, so I will have that link down below. It is still available. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment, and until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.